Welcome, guys. Happy Wednesday. Hot topics tonight, Alessandra. What's going on with
Happy
you?
Wednesday, everyone. I'm so glad to be back with y'all for another episode of Hot Topics.
Episode of Hot Topics. You know, we're going to the HSPA next week, so we'll be doing our live show from Texas, right? San
San
Antonio.
Antonio, to
So,
be
guys,
exact.
we want to give you some tips on how to travel if you haven't booked and arranged everything as of yet. We'll give you some tips and tricks for your last minute preparations, right? We're going to take you from booking your flight to getting a rental. So
All
how do you
right.
do that, and how do you save a couple coins
Save a
doing that?
couple dollars.
So I'm not an expert, so don't don't be very careful how you follow my advice. That's all I'm going to say.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, right? So don't go with last minute. Oh, Denard said to do this on this day, and I couldn't get a flight. I had to pay $1,000 for my flight.
Yeah.
Nah,
Find
you
him at the
know,
conference.
right, right. And then you're right, exactly. Now, if you save some money, you could find me at the conference. so, so Alessandra, you have anything you want to go with first? Oh yeah, guys, and I know you all saw the show at 12. So guys, if you like that show, the inspirational moments from the marathon, please let us know so that we could make some more videos for you guys.
All right. Well, if that's it, let's get started. He's
Hey
teaching me too
guys.
many new things.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So I want to get into. Am I good? Am I good? Are you seeing me okay? Am I
Yes.
freezing? All right,
Not
cool.
on my end.
All right, cool, cool, cool. So I want to give you guys a couple tricks. Unless Alessandra, you want to go first? Let me go with my first
Oh
booking the
no.
flight.
Hit it.
All right. So guys, so from experience, I usually, except this year, of course, I usually book my flight to the conference about 2 weeks in advance, right? So some surveys have shown that Tuesday nights are the best nights to book your flight because that's when most people drop off flights and most airlines give cheaper flights. So I usually wait till the Tuesday night, 2 weeks before the conference. That was last night, right? I usually
Yeah.
wait on a Tuesday night before the conference to book my flight. And most times, and that's regardless of where I'm going, and most times my flight ends up being, if not equal to, but much less than those persons who booked ahead of me. And I end up being on the same flight there at times. So guys, don't be fooled by the airlines telling you one seat left or one flight left, or you know what I mean. So that's
I
what they
booked 5
usually do
months
to
in
get you
advance.
to book that flight really quick. Oh, we're running out of space, only 2 seats left on the plane. Guys, don't believe that. There's always space on the plane. There are always people coming last minute on the flights, especially if you coming from the conference. You're going to see people who do not have a ticket boarding your flight, just coming to the gate as a reserve boarding the flights. So don't be afraid to take the chance. Wait for that Tuesday night. I mean, it's already passed, but
I
if you
say
haven't gotten it
if
yet,
your level can handle it.
if you if your anxiety isn't that high, wait for next Tuesday night, and you will probably most likely get a cheaper flight. And also, if you book your flight on your phone, your tablet, or your laptop or PC, you may get different prices. So try that out. Also, I've seen that in the past. Depending on your device, you may get a different price in the system.
Especially if
All
it's
right.
tracking your cookies. So
Yeah.
definitely clear your cookies browsers if you're frequent. Like if you go to the website, you look up prices and come back frequently. Clear
Mm-hmm.
clear the cookies on your browsers.
Yes, because your price will keep going up the more you keep coming
The
back.
more you click.
Yeah.
Another way to save money on tickets is to book with points. So depending on your flight, your airline company, most of them will offer some type of reward system. So if you've signed up and made an account with them, or if you have a credit card with them that allows you to book or receive points, you can also try booking your flight with points instead of cash. And usually you'll only end up spending a few dollars for like a handling fee, and that'll be it. So that was one way I was able to reduce my cost of the conference this year. I saved about $300 on my flight by using points that I had amassed from previous travel.
Woo! I want
Gotta
to tell you
make
on the
this
phone.
thing affordable. You know, some of us are managers and directors that are getting our fees comped by our companies, but most of us
Mm-hmm.
are coming out of pocket for this thing. So
Yeah,
try to find ways to make it affordable for everyone.
definitely, definitely, definitely. So what we're going to now? How are you gonna pack those bags, Alessandra? How are you gonna pack those bags?
Okay, so the process family's packing is a little different than than maybe the average conference goer because we'll be coming with audio and visual equipment. So I'm kind of excited actually to travel this time because this will be my first time packing all my stuff. But that being said, yes, ha, Tom, you beat me to the punch. That
Ah,
being said, we had to make some lists to make sure that we had kind of like a flight checklist, make sure that everything is in the bag, all the little connectors, all the little attachments
mm-hmm.
are there. But also remembering that don't freak out. It's not like we're flying off to the middle of nowhere. We are going to be in San Antonio, downtown San Antonio. So if there's anything that does get left behind, it can be easily replaced if you do need it.
Definitely, definitely. So, in terms of clothes now, because I have
Yes.
my little gadgets. What is my gadget? So this gadget is a game changer. Y'all guys will see me with this in San Antonio. It's a special little. I like it. I love it. So in terms of clothes, guys. So if you come in on Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's what about 5 days ish. So for every event after the conference sessions, you may want to change. You may want to change your entire outfit, but you may want to bring a change of your top. You know, if you have a full dress, you may want to change that up. But you definitely don't want to bring too much
What?
because you may have some stuff you may want to
There's
take
no
back.
such thing as too many clothes. What?
No, you don't want to fill your bag up too much because because at the expo there are lots of trinkets that you will be getting
Yes.
to take back. You'll be getting
That's an
samples.
awesome pro tip right there.
You'll be getting samples, pens,
Teddy
um,
bears,
teddy
booklets,
bears. What else? What else? What else? Water
product
bottles,
guides, the whole
product
nine.
guides, catalogs, all that. You may even
Yeah.
win a prize. You may even
Might
win a
win a
couple
prize or
prizes.
two. Yes,
So,
Angie. Okay, so I love this. So definitely agree with Dinar. Keep the packing light. You're gonna wanna. Oh, booth 1320 is giving away cash. So because
oh, I'm
we'll be
going over
pulling
there.
up
I'm
over
going
there
over there.
first.
I'm going over there. 1320. Let me write that down.
Right? So this is a conference. This is a professional conference. And so you definitely, although there may not be an express dress code, you definitely do want to adhere to some semi-professional attire. You never know who you're going to be running into. These are going to be hiring managers, directors, industry leaders, reps, vendors, folks from all across the healthcare ecosphere, if you will. So you definitely want to put your best foot forward. My grandma used to always say, when you step outside, you represent the family, right? So when you step outside, make sure you represent your full background. And I don't mean to be like pretentious. Like you don't need to come in a full three-piece suit unless that's that's your jam. But do put some thought into keeping it business casual. And to Miss Angie's point, you can always add a blazer, a cardigan, or a belt, or different accessories to clothes so that it's can jazz it up a little bit, make it not look like you're wearing the same thing, right? Because we could be into that like navy, the blues, right, the beiges, and it might get a little boring, but you can add a little style that way.
Yes, guys, and no one will be, I can't say no one, but don't look at it as people going to be judging you because you may have the same shoe for a couple of days or you may have the
No.
same. People are not paying attention to that, guys. You don't have to wear a new outfit every single day. Try to mix and match your outfits,
Hmm.
blue and black, black and red, and just, switch it up so that it won't look repetitive,
I mean,
right?
unless of course you're wearing your the process T-shirt
Oh,
every
yes.
day, and then of course we understand that
We
makes
understand.
perfect sense. And
Yeah,
if
we
you want to
totally
make sure that you're ready to match, you can head over to the Etsy store.
Yeah, we totally understand 100%. You could wear your shirt 5 days in a row. That's perfectly fine. That's definitely business casual.
Awesome. All right, so Tom Overby. So it was booth 1320
Yes,
is
giving
giving
away
away
money.
cash, and this is the pro reveal table. So definitely check them out while you guys are there.
hmm And definitely check them out. I'll be going over there.
All right.
So,
So another packing tip I have.
what do you
Uh,
have?
So this might be common knowledge, but by now. But if you're not a frequent traveler, one thing I would recommend is look up like some YouTube videos on packing. One of my favorite things to do is to actually roll my clothes up and put them into my suitcase. I find that I'm able to fit a lot more stuff into my suitcase. So especially now that I'm carrying cameras and microphones and things of that nature, rolling up my items and making more room in my suitcase has been a game changer.
Roll it up. Roll it up.
Roll it up and roll it out.
I agree. I agree 100%. You roll it up and you tuck it all the way in. Tuck, tuck, roll and tuck, roll and tuck. That's how you do
And
it.
I think it was Tom that said something about getting a scale, hanging scale as well. So this is one place in flights where it can look like you're saving money, but you're actually not. And that can be with your bags. So make sure when you're booking flights that you're checking to see how many bags you can bring with you that are included in your ticket, because oftentimes either the airline will not include bags, so there'll be additional fees for the bags. There may also be additional fees if the bags go over a certain weight. And you definitely don't want to wait till you get to the checkout counter at the airline to say, oh my God, my bag is 10 pounds overweight.
You definitely don't want to do that. So, guys, if you're not exactly as Alessandra said, if you're not a frequent traveler, you won't be able to kind of gauge the weight of your bag. So, get a little scale and weight, and just keep that scale there as a backup. But just be careful. Also, guys, um, water bottles, perfume, creams, they need to be under 3 ounces.
3 ounces, 3 fluid ounces.
You don't want to be throwing away
Ooh, and they
your
will
nice
make you throw it
cologne,
away, okay?
your cologne, or your Victoria's Secret, mango cream, in the
Hey.
trash at 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 check-in.
Definitely.
You know, you don't want
Ooh,
to be throwing that stuff away.
you
So
don't want to do it.
3 ounces, guys. No knives, no guns. All right, for those hunters out there.
Actually, you
Um,
can bring them, but there's certain rules around
oh
that.
yeah,
So
you can,
just
right?
make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
you
you
check your
can. Yeah,
state and
sure,
local
you
laws
can. But who
where
wants
you're
to bring that
traveling
all the
to and
way?
traveling from.
Yeah, true, true.
We are
Yeah,
going to Texas.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 true. Or you might want to get one from Texas, But anyway, I digress.
Digress.
Um,
Jesse said, travel Southwest. Yes, Jesse, I frequently travel Southwest because they give you 2 free check bags in addition to your personal bag. So I usually fly Southwest.
yeah, I like Southwest too, but not this year though. I had to go where the money led me. Woo.
Where the money reside, huh?
Where I had to go with the cheapest flight this year, for sure.
Another
Um,
space where airlines can add up is with food and drink. So if you're
ooh,
planning to travel, definitely take a look at packing some snacks. You can bring snacks with you. You also can bring a water bottle. You'll just have to take a look at when and where you can fill it up, because you won't be able to take a full bottle through security when you come in, but you can fill up an empty bottle that you brought with you when you get on the other side of security.
Yes, yes.
And
So,
all of that stuff is much more expensive in the airport. A bottle of
yeah.
water would
So
be like
guys, if you want
$4.
to eat, wait for till after you get through your check-in, checking your bags in, and then buy the airport food, right? And then you could take that food on the plane. You take the water, whatever. But make sure, guys, don't forget your headphones because headphones cost like twenty,
Woo!
30, $40 at the airport. So don't
Ah,
forget your headphones.
man, my last flight coming back from Oakland, I didn't have headphones.
Did you get the headphones at the airport?
I didn't because I was not
Oh,
about to justify spending that much money on those headphones. I
because
just
all
pulled
I'm
out my book and did some old school reading, you know.
so guys, let me give you some tips now. Now, this stuff you won't find anywhere. So turn down the TV, turn down everything. Listen, I have some good tips. So how do you get a rental? So guys, in booking a rental, so what I do, so don't tell anybody this. This is between me and
These are
you
trade
guys, right?
secrets.
Don't share my secrets. So in order to get a rental at a good rate, what I do, I book the economy rental, the cheap, 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 the little two-door little hatchback you could barely fit in. Your head hits when you try and get in there. I book the cheapest, 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 cheapest rental. I book that for a couple reasons. Most times when you get there, it won't be available, right? Because everybody wants it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I book it. I'm gonna get an automatic upgrade without even asking because they'll be out of those small vehicles because
That
everybody's
happens
looking
before.
for the best price, right?
Yes, I've definitely had that
Second, yep.
happen.
Second, don't take the upgrade at the counter. Never take the upgrade. I mean, if you balling like that, all right, take the upgrade. All right, they're gonna try and sell it to you. They're gonna upsell you at the counter. Hey, you're gonna get a sedan or SUV for a couple dollars more. Don't take the upgrade at the counter. You know why? Because there's a chance you could get upgraded in the parking lot. Because they don't know what's going on in the parking lot. The guy, what I have done on a regular basis is when I get out there, they try to upgrade me. Hey, we're gonna give you Nissan Maxima 2022. The hatchback isn't really that good. I said, no, 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 I don't want that. I'll take the hatchback. When I go out into the parking lot, I look for the security guy or the guy at the booth, the guy or the lady at the booth, right? I approach them. Hey, hello, how's it going? How's your weekend? How's your week? Everything all right? I just a little friendly conversation. Then I go to my rental, right? So when I go to my rental, I go check it out. I know I don't want it. I before I get to it, I know I don't want it, right? So I go, I walk around it. I maybe text my family, hey, I'm here, blah 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 blah. I chill out for a couple minutes. Then I go back. I say, hey, you know what? Do you have anything you could get me into? Besides that, it's not what I really wanted. I thought,
Mm, mm, mm.
on the website, that's what I wanted. And most likely, if you had a good rapport with that person coming in, they'll tell you, hey, there's
We'll
a,
do a little upgrade for you, huh?
exactly. So
It's
one time I got a Camaro.
worth the shot.
Another time I got a convertible Mustang.
Nice.
Another time I got a nice sedan, but like, not to brag, but that person will definitely help you get an upgrade. All right, so just have a good rapport with that person
Right?
at the
Hustling.
booth, and they will hook you up.
Hook
All
you
right,
up.
so your paperwork doesn't really say exactly what vehicle you're gonna get. The person with the keys at the booth can definitely direct you to any vehicle that you want to go to. So
Mhm.
that's a little tidbit y'all could pay me later. All right.
Pick us up in the Camaro when y'all
Yeah.
get upgraded.
And one more
Man,
thing.
my favorite upgrade
One
ever.
more thing. when I book my flights, I usually book it my arrival time late because most rentals are gone by around 6 p.m. Everybody's like gone for the weekend. Everybody's gone.
Very true.
So those hatchbacks are going to be out of there by 6. By the time the sun set, that's going to be out. So
Yeah.
you automatically have an upgrade with a sedan or SUV.
Or SUV,
So
about to say
at
especially
that point, it's
SUV.
your choice what you want to take. So guys, follow this advice if you can.
Pro
It will
tips.
work. Those are pro tips. I've been to the conference 9 years and it's worked. The only time
I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't want to
Seventy-five
upgrade.
percent rates. What you got?
Yes, about 75, 80%. The only time I didn't want to upgrade because the bigger vehicles need more gas. That's the only
True.
time I didn't want to upgrade. So I had to factor that in.
True. And
Do I
right
want
now
to?
it is definitely that.
Right. So that's the only time I didn't want to upgrade. But if you want to look good, you want a nice car for a hatchback price, definitely try that.
Try it out. I mean, push come to shove, you still got a cheap rental,
Yeah.
right? My favorite upgrade was my CCSA conference. Um, it was my first ever conference, and I think this was like 2016 or something like that. Um, Booked a room, and I was coming in early, so I paid extra to check in early. But when I got there, the room wasn't ready, and so they gave me the option of waiting an hour to get into the room that I had originally booked, or they could upgrade me and put me into a suite. And I was like, oh, of course, upgrade me. So I didn't have to pay for that, and I got to stay in a really nice suite in Vegas, and it was a lot of fun. So
Hmm.
yeah, just take a look, see what
Nice.
you can get, make it fun. Because for a
Nice.
lot of us, it is the first time we get to travel like that, especially coming from an SPD background. We don't make a hell of a lot of money in our industry, so this is more traveling than some of us get to do. So definitely make sure you make it fun.
Yes, yes, definitely make it fun. That hotel tip was good. I'm not good at hotels, guys. I'll tell you now. I just
Yeah.
want to lay my head down and sleep. That's it. I don't really care what it looks like, what it smells like, if there are roaches running around.
Oh no.
I need four
Oh
to five,
no.
I need 4 to 5 hours of sleep. That's it.
Don't
That's it.
worry.
That's all I need.
That's
I
why I
don't.
took care of accommodations this year. So so another
Ah.
tip with the hotel stays is especially make sure you check your check-in and your check-out times against what your flights are, because if you do need to check in early, that's not something that you can always automatically do. So you are going to want to contact either your hotel, let them know you need to check in early or check in late, whatever the case may be. Some even have cutoff times of how late you can check in. So just be mindful that you can't just show up whenever you like. And another tip to make it
Mhm.
cheaper, even though I know HSPA has done a lot of negotiations to make, I think there's 3 hotels around them have block booking. And what that means is the hotel has agreed to give those rooms at a discounted rate to everybody that's coming to the conference. Those are probably booked. If they're not, that's one way to save a little bit of cash. If they are, take a look at things like Airbnb. You might be able to find a room to rent or an entire apartment that's relatively cheap and close to the area. And then my only tip with those is if you do, make sure you also factor in travel cost of getting to and from the conference the further out you go. So you can easily plug into like a Uber or Lyft app. Your address is going to give you an average of what your prices is going to be. Or if you're looking at doing the rental car thing like Denari was talking about, but just be sure that you factor in if you're gonna go further off campus.
And guys, are we done with the packing and the flying?
I think so.
We could always move back.
Oh, parking. If you're driving to airports, I would highly recommend. If you're parking at the airport, I'd highly recommend checking out what parking apps they have. Usually,
Mm,
those parking, like I often use the parking spot. Usually, those apps have point systems, and you can rack up points and get free parking from time to time. So take a look at that.
yep. Ride sharing is
Yes.
also good.
Yes, ride sharing with your apps like Lyft and Uber. I think even Waze now has a ride sharing option, a different app. But yeah, that can be one way to cut costs, especially if everybody's going back and forth to the same locations, right? So you can do that. And if
Excellent.
you have friends or people that you feel comfortable with, you could also split. the cost of things like Airbnbs to save costs on your hotel stays.
Definitely. Airbnbs are one of the ways to go nowadays. So,
Yee.
guys, if you have a rental or if you have some downtime, right? Your sessions are over and you're looking for a place to go. And you want to buy some mementos from San Antonio, right? The best place to get them, and everybody should know that, the best place to get your trinkets from the area, Walmart. Walmart. Find
if
your
you're gonna
local
buy
Walmart.
like if you're gonna buy like yeah, the touristy stuff,
Yeah, if you're gonna buy a
don't get it
sandal,
out
a
the
hat, a
airport.
t-shirt, no, the airport's expensive. Come on.
Don't get it out the gift shop.
Don't
If
go.
all you want is like a San Antonio shot glass or a mug.
Yeah, it's only 4.90. It's only 4.99. No need to pay $15 for
Don't
that. It's
do
only
it. Okay.
4.99 at Walmart. You might get some for 2.99.
Other than
2.90,
that, I
like
would
it's
highly
cheap.
suggest you take the time to go on like a Yelp or even find some San Antonio Facebook pages and find
Hmm.
small businesses to support.
Yep.
Because they're one we I shouldn't have to explain to SPD why we should support small businesses, but definitely since we're coming into town, and I know this year we're not able to volunteer just because of so many COVID restrictions around groups and all that fun stuff. So we don't get to do what we normally do, which is to commit to a volunteer activity as a group. So I highly, highly recommend trying to find local places to visit, small businesses to eat from, small businesses to buy art from. Get a different kind of memento, right? Go off the beaten path rather than coming home with your San Antonio shot glass.
That river ride is also good. Try the river ride, guys. There's
Yes,
a
I
lot of
cannot freaking wait.
interesting information on San Antonio and the river, how it was built, and
Absolutely.
what purpose it serves now. I even saw a couple get engaged at the mall
Hmm.
for the river ride. Yeah, that was very interesting.
Cute.
Yep, blindfolded and everything.
Some of the things we've seen so far, as far as research, is the Riverwalk, the Alamo. There's also some really cool restaurants, like the Tower Restaurant nearby.
Hmm.
There's some line dancing restaurants, karaoke, like pretty much anything that you're into. Oh, the Citizen has a concert. I think that's Sunday. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can check out in the city outside of conference hours after you attend the conference.
And guys, I know everybody wants a lot of people want to have fun, but guys, if your facility is paying for you and they're supporting you,
And
and
tell them,
please try to bring some information back
please.
to those folks who don't know.
Even if they aren't, it's a great way to help show your facility why these type of
Yeah.
events are important. There were, I believe, two letters. One was like a cost justification letter, and one was an education letter that HSBA had posted to help you explain to your leaders is why this is important. But show them, bring them back the samples of the
Hmm.
to the problems and that they've been
Yeah.
having. Bring them back solutions, bring them back the new speakers and the things that you found to be really interesting. And maybe next year they will be more inclined to support paying for folks to attend.
And guys, if you're a sample person, you like to collect a lot of pens, and trinkets from vendors, consider getting a shipping box
Oh, very good.
home versus trying to take everything in your suitcase,
Very good.
right?
Because it is a lot of stuff, especially
There's a
after Expo.
lot of stuff. You might get different pill packs,
Yeah.
brushes, gloves. You may just want a sample because you at your facility you've been seeing the same thing for as many years have you been there.
Yeah.
You've been there, so you get a sample of something like, hey, this actually works. The monkeys, right? I have a couple. Where are my monkeys?
Oh
Where are my
yeah, I
monkeys?
have a couple health
I have a
or
bunch of them.
not
They're
health
not here right
mark. What
now.
is it? Ruhoff. Couple
Ruhoff.
Ruhoff monkeys.
Yeah, I have like 8 of them right now. Um,
They're fun.
yeah, so you may want to consider getting a shipping box to ship home versus trying to get it stuffed in your bag and
Yeah,
put it on the
if
plane.
you have travel, yeah, because it'd be nice to not lug all that stuff back and forth if you don't have to, or just pack with the mindset that you're gonna want to bring stuff back. I definitely will have 2 bags, and one of them will be half empty. A
And
worthwhile
then,
difference.
yeah, guys, the rush is usually at the gate is usually for Ruhoff, right? That's the opening is like the running of the bulls. The
Ah,
rush at
well, I'll
the
say,
opening.
is it? I was more into the machines. I'm like,
Oh,
what's
the machine's gonna be there all day.
they're
The monkeys are
sterilizers?
not. The machine's gonna be there all day long.
I'm here for the equipment.
So the raw booth is usually the hot booth in the morning.
Check it
So
out.
and that's what I always do. And nowadays, my last few years, I've brought my suitcase with me to the on
Expo.
the floor to get all that stuff. So I have a
Lamborghini.
rolling briefcase, a rolling suitcase. So I usually bring my rolling suitcase through, collect all the stuff, then bring it to the hotel, then come back. So I won't be carrying a heavy bag with me all over the floor because the
It's
convention
big.
floor is really big. By the time you get done there, your shoulder will be hurting, your hands will be hurting because you have so many items in your bag.
Ooh,
Um,
speaking of, so for tips, your footwear, be smart
6 inches
about
or
your footwear. There's gonna be a ton of walking, so just be mindful of having some type of bag or backpack with you. Definitely wearing your tennis shoes or things you feel comfortable in because you will be doing a lot of walking in between conference sessions and events. Yeah, yeah, I'm with Angie. No stilettos. I mean, unless that's your lifestyle.
maybe one. You know
Ha!
there's a and guy, okay, okay. Let me give some
You said
serious
maybe
advice
one.
now.
What we got
Let
now?
me let me give some serious advice now. So, guys, if you're going and you're a big drinker, but you can't hold your liquor, right? This is not the place to be showing off how much you could drink,
It's not the
right?
place.
I mean, you know, especially outside those places. I mean, good, yeah, okay, we're having fun. But
You
once
mean we're
if
not
you're
doing any
on
peggers or anything?
if you're yeah, please
No.
guys,
Yeah.
just try and balance it out. Have a cup, a bottle of water
So
with
I
you
would definitely
to balance
say
it out.
from a executive coaching standpoint, from the
Hmm.
Candray standpoint, I would tell you no more than 2 drinks any event that you go to. Reason being, again, this is a professional networking opportunity. You do not know who's in the room with you. You don't know who you don't know, right? So it's going to be really exciting to see all our internet cousins and folks that we are familiar with, but you never know who's around. And also, alcohol it lowers your inhibitions. This, like Dinar said, is not the time or the place for you to be saying things that you would not normally say or discussing things that are inappropriate to discuss. So I would highly caution you to keep it at a 2 drink minimum if you are not dealing with people that you are very, very familiar with.
Yep, definitely, because those cocktails will get you leaning
They will, and there'll be a lots
real
of opportunities too, because there's so many different groups. People want to go to dinners, they want to go to the bars. So just just be mindful, and if you do get a drink, sip it slow. Uh,
super slow.
Stay engaged in your conversations. That's what this is all about. That's what you paid to come
Hmm.
to be able to do.
Yep,
You can drink at home.
you can. Yep, yep. Hold it until you get back.
Hold
Then go all out.
it.
Right, yeah, because I've seen some, and practice your dancing, guys. Practice your line dances, the electric
What?
slide, the boogie woogie. Is that the same thing? I don't know, but I'm
Then
not
look,
a line dance person. So
I'm
make sure
not a
you
big
practice
dancer,
your.
so you guys don't make fun of me when I
Yeah,
jump in.
I might not even get in the line. I just don't want to embarrass myself because cameras nowadays just take
Ah,
everything. So I might try the electric slide. I don't
electric
know
slide.
about the other stuff.
And there's so
Too
many
too much
trending
jumping
dances.
around.
It's curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, yeah, too much jumping, back, left, crisscross. Uh, too much, too complicated. I can't
Don't let
remember
him
those
fool
steps.
y'all now, y'all. He's the dancer. I do this too.
I can't remember all those steps. I might
Jesse
end up
said,
falling now.
"Shoot, I'm really gonna stir that pot." Yeah, Jesse, you get down there at that bar, get the cutting up. People be really stirring that pot, and that's when I have to bow out.
I'm like, good night.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye. As Sarah says, bye.
Ah.
Yeah.
There
So,
will be
guys, yeah.
lots going on. I would highly suggest taking a look at the schedule ahead of arriving to just kind of get an idea about events that you absolutely want to attend. Just to kind of keep yourself on track because it's going to be a lot of people and it can get very
And
distracting.
guys, you are being judged. This is like a stage, and you are being judged. Because I have seen some
No.
folks come in, and you could see the stares like, why, hair, why now?
No, why here? What?
So you are being
Ah,
judged. This is not just like a vacation
not
from,
like that though, but I
So,
mean,
but you
hey,
are being like, if people don't know you, the first thing they're gonna see, they're gonna reference their first impression, right? So,
right? Networking is
just be
visual as well
careful.
as
Just be
audio,
careful
right?
with that. You want to be relaxed, but not too relaxed.
Right, because it is fun and it is outside of work. So yeah, you could definitely be a little more relaxed than like a board meeting. But again, I'd keep it pretty PG, unless I'm
Mhm.
dealing with, like I said, people that I'm super comfortable with.
Guys,
Um,
and take in the education. All this is not there just
yes,
to look good. There is so much,
even if
even if
it's a
you
topic that you think you know everything
know
about, go
things
listen.
change. Go listen, things change. Like I've been to rooms where things were divided, and I know about this sterilization part. I know about this endoscopes, and then they come up with something. Oh, this testing method. I'm like, oh, let me pay attention to this. I never saw this before. I never heard this before. So just guys, pay attention, go to the rooms and be attentive and learn and listen because everything is
Yes,
not going to pop up on an email saying there's a FDA recall
no,
or um, or the
no.
manufacturer decided to make a change. Some of the
That
information
should just
are from persons inside the industry like
yeah,
us,
people that
and
study this and they're
this is
gonna
going to
have
be the place to get
insights.
that information.
Definitely, definitely. Also, I would highly recommend being prepared to ask questions. It's almost like like we talk about the comment sections on the podcast and things like speak up, get your face out there, get your name out there. Like Angie said, you are your brand, right? Represent yourself. You are your brand. Be prepared to ask questions. Be prepared to hang out at some of the seminars, meet the folks that are hosting. They will usually hang out a little while and answer questions or hand out cards. They'll talk about their email addresses, all that fun stuff. So you can really make an impression on folks you might not otherwise be running in the same circles to meet. So take advantage of the fact that all of these industry professionals are in the same place at the same time.
And don't be too quick to just run back to your room and sleep. Like
Woo!
hang out, see who you could make, take some photos for your social media content. Um,
Right?
just air hustle a little bit. You may meet somebody that looks
Opportunity favors
different
the
on video.
prepared.
You may be standing with somebody that looks different on video and be standing right next to them and not know. So just hang out. Don't just
Hang
go
out.
run and fall asleep. Just hang out. You made it. What? How many miles? Some people made it like a 5 hour flight.
Shoot, I'm gonna go in
So
between on that tip because also have some balance about yourself. This is several days of events, several days of walking and networking, dealing with a lot of people. Don't let every night be the 1 a.m. nights that you come back to your room and you're not getting any sleep because you want to be your best self, and so definitely make sure you plan to get some rest.
definitely get your rest. And if you have any networking events, make sure they're planned properly so that you could get there on time. If it's off site, make sure
Yes,
you know and you understand you're in a new city. There may be some
right. Find
areas
your
that
location.
you may not want to go down, So just be careful, you know.
Awesome. Any other tips, travel tips, conference tips, Denar?
No, no, no. I think I'm done unless you have anything you want to go into. I think for the
No,
most
that's all
part,
I got off the top of my head. The only other thing I'd add is just check your apps. Like especially for hotels and cheap rates and whatnot. Apps like Hotels Tonight, or Hopper, you may be able to find cheap rates for hotels, flights, or car rentals.
hmm definitely. And also, simple things, guys. Your shaver, your toothbrush, your soaps, if you want that. like simple things. Don't forget the essentials, right? Don't forget the simple things because people think about packing all this stuff and they forget the bread
And
and butter
leave the deal.
items. You leave the
Forget
deodorant home, like,
it.
oh dang, you know. So be mindful, and also, guys, tip your what do they call it? Hotels, the maids.
Oh, like your
Tip
bellhops and whatnot.
your bellhops, your maids, give them all something. I know Alessandra on a whole different level with that, about the
Yeah,
same level with me.
we not finna get into it.
Tip them, please. You know, everybody is struggling. You know, if you in that the
It's no
service
issue.
industry, you know, if you've been in there, you know how much a tip helps you out. So tip your maids, tip your bartenders, because this conferences kind of help them throughout their help them make their income when these
Absolutely,
conferences
when
come through.
tourists and whatnot come through.
So this is part of their living. They get
Yes.
happy when they have a
And that is
conference, when they have a
definitely why I want to just repeat
mhm,
take the time to find San Antonio small businesses to spend your money with,
mhm.
because we all know what it's like to be the bottom of the totem pole or the small fish out here, and we're bringing all of our money and all of our influence into the town. So do your best to support the people like us. Monique Jokes says, also, wait, hold on. Congratulations,
Mhm.
Monique Jokes. She said, annual conference is the single most important event that helps motivate and inspire us to be and do our absolute best. And I couldn't agree more. I wish, and I know that this new board and the folks that have been working with HSPA are going to find ways to make this even more affordable, to get this out even more to people. So definitely love to hear that. Awesome.
Got to drop one for Monique.
Had to. And congratulations to all of the new board members, new secretary, and new president elect for 2022.
Definitely, guys. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
So, guys, hope you enjoyed the tips. Hope um, you pay attention when you're there. Um, okay. Make sure you pay attention when you're there because there's a lot of information. And when you see Alessandra and myself, don't run away. Come closer. We may have the
Come
cameras on.
closer.
We may have the cameras on, but come closer. We
We
don't.
won't air you live without your permission.
We won't air you live without your permission.
But
So
yes, we
we.
will have our equipment with us. We've been told that we can shoot in the common areas. Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring you guys any expo video like we did from the FIME conference in Florida last year. But maybe, maybe next year that'll be an option. But we will be out and about, so we will shoot as many interviews, as much content as we possibly can for those of us that cannot travel or don't get the opportunity to be in person this year.
Yeah.
And if you find the content helpful, if you find it enjoyable, I ask that you head over to our Etsy store and help support the work that Denard and I do to put into producing the process for you. We are not being sponsored as we travel to HSPA this year. So all of our activities, flights, hotels, cars, all of this is coming out of our pocket. We did this because we wanted to make sure that the people that watch this show have access to this event. And since we had the resources and we decided we would do this for you guys. So if you don't mind, head over to the Etsy store. You can find the link travel on the bottom and
Yes.
stay with us for a brief commercial break.
Yes. Let's go.
All right, that's another episode of The Process. You can find us here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube.
And thank you guys for joining. We really appreciate the input. We're looking forward to seeing you guys at the HSPA conference. Right, guys? And we're coordinating with a few vendors on some interviews also. So, any vendors
Yes.
want to reach out, we will definitely showcase you and highlight you in our future shows if you want to sit down and tell us about your products and services. We will really appreciate that. So, guys, see you on the other side. Peace.
Peace.